Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Taufiq Rahman and I am for English Education Department, Class A. My student identification number 2321-22085. I'm here want to give a presentation or explain material subject about phonetics and phonology and about speech mechanism. Before we start what is the speech mechanism is, before we start what is the speech mechanism is, I would like to tell you guys that is what is humans versus animals in communication. Humans versus animals. Humans can communicate with other humans by using language, so do animals. But they use a means which is not language in the way human use. So what is animal use and what is human use? So the ability to talk is very strong. Humans are endowed with a biological makeup that spreads from the animals. The structures of the lungs, the mouth, and the brain enable humans to manipulate the sound in such a way, but they become distinct. And the division of the brain, and the division of the brain. In the left and right hemispheres also separates humans from animals. The left hemisphere, which is primarily for language, has areas which are especially designed for language use. The vertical area, for instance, is used for understanding what people say. This is from Nichols area. And for instance, the Broca area assisted by the motor cortex is for our speech production. The two are connected by millions of fibers called arcuate vesicles to ensure that whatever one hears can be transmitted to the Broca area for future verbal action. Due to this endowment brain, humans are able to communicate with other humans by using language. This is not to say, however, that animals are not capable of communication among themselves. They are, but they use the means which is not language in the way we normally use in terms. For example, there's bees. Bees are able to tell other bees that there is a nectar available. The distance from the hive and how much there is by doing certain type. So what type bees or what other bees tell or communicate. So the nectar finder would perform wiggle separate movement while the tail wiggles, and the more wiggles produced, the more nectar is indicated. Using the sun as the compass, the bees or the bee would dance in such a way that it indicates which direction the nectar is located. The dance would also indicate the distance between the hive and the nectar. For another example, there's monkeys. Monkey would something kind of say to other monkeys that there is a dangerous eagle flying over them. So we can say that both animals and humans are capable of communication. However, the means used are different. A human is endowed with a biological and neurological mechanism to produce distinctive sounds which make up meaningful units referred to as words. With this kind of mechanism, a human is capable of being creative in the use of the sound produced. Okay. So the next, now there's speech mechanism. So what is speech mechanism? Basically, speech mechanism is the process that causes the lungs to deflate and inflate. There's inhale and exhale process with the lungs. And speech mechanism refers to the complex set of physical and physiological processes involved in producing speech sounds with various textures and coordination among different parts of the human body to create the sounds used in spoken language. In order for a person to produce a sound, he needs four fundamental elements. One, there's lungs. Two, there's vocal folds. And three, there's resonators. And four, the articulators. The lungs are in the form of soft and spongy mass, which function like a pump that can take air and push it out as well. When a human being breathes, he inhales the air from the outside. This process causes the lungs to deflate. When he exhales, the lung inflates, pushing the air out. So when a human wants to produce a sound, he pushes out the air from the lungs. The air passes through the larynx, where is located the vocal folds, known also as vocal bands or vocal cords. In layman terms, the larynx is commonly referred to as Adam's apple. The air may not or the air may or may not be modified by the vocal folds. The function of the vocal fold is, among other things, to determine whether a sound is voiced or voiceless. If the folds are wide apart, as in A in below, sound is voiceless. This is also stated for breathing. If the folds are narrowly open, as in B, sound is produced is the fricative, as in H, as in house. When no vibration occurs, the sound is voiceless. An example for the sound is sound K if the folds are tightly closed and the air as it leaves the parent. So as it leaves the parent, the air has two choices to go out through. The mouth or the nose. When it goes out through the mouth, the back part of the subplat, the uvula, closes the nasal passage, preventing the air from escaping through the nasal cavity. All sounds produced this way are called nasal sound, oral sounds, sorry. When the air goes out through the nose, the phloem and uvula are lowered, allowing the air to go through the nose. The air stream from the lungs is blocked by the certain part of the mouth, which is then released through the nose. Sound produced this way are called nasals. So basically, our conclusion that is speech mechanism needs three parts. The first one is neurological mechanism or brain. The second one is respiration system or lungs, speech rate, vocal cords. The third is articular system, mouth, tongue. And this is for me for the speech mechanism. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.